Now it's unmuted. Let's go ahead and get started here. I think I need to move that mic up a little bit. I know some people complained that the last episode was a little quiet, so hopefully this will be a little bit better. Thank you for the host, Demille. Welcome, Ozathoth, AJH, Holy Chicken 7, Diamond Donut, YTDH, Damien, Mandy, Motorcycle Man, everybody. Good afternoon to Appalachia, Jacob Webster. Thank you for the host, Resonant Virus. We are ready to go. Let's see. So we have not actually done an intro for this episode yet. I did a little bit of work off camera just to, I put in this glass last night and I made some end rods for chandeliers. Although that's not our immediate concern, it is something to be aware of. Let me get my map out from over here. Castle Ravenloft. That is what we're building. Bad at map holding, but yeah, core concept. A lot going on. Hey, thank you for the raid, Toffee. Glad to have you here, Toffee, and everyone else. Karak, glad to have you. Entity, welcome, mini raiders. I am just about to start recording my next YouTube video, which I take everybody behind the scenes on as I go. Let's go ahead and grab some materials before we get started. I am working on a 1-to-1 model of Castle Ravenloft from Dungeons & Dragons' famous I6 model, also called Ravenloft, by Tracy and Laura Hickman. And, of course, I have left basically everything I need downstairs in the wrong place. So we're going to go down there now. And, you know, I should probably, not interpret. I should place my new ender chest. But I should wait until I start the video officially to do that. So let's see, what else is going on? I've got to grab a bunch of dark oak. There's nether brick slabs. I feel like I left a bunch of dark oak here that I need for the roof. So we've got some roofing work to do and quartz for our dining room. Wish I had more iron. We might want to make a run. Does anyone know where the nearest iron farm is? I might need to run to an iron farm. I don't think Mumbo has one. And if he did, I'd be terrified of accidentally setting off some sort of chain reaction of breaking everything. Okay, there's our slabs. We're going to need a few of those. Tango has an iron farm. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. And he isn't that far. He's actually just over the bay. So, where are we going? Up. Cub has one. He's pretty far away, unfortunately. Okay, let me just blow my nose real quick before we start the recording. Okay, and time for some warm-ups. Let's run up the stairs here. I'm guessing we probably want to start the recording up near where the roof needs the work done, because that's going to be the cool thing to do. Awesome. Yeah, we'll just start this here. And, okay. I have to actually hit start recording. Give it a second to warm up. I'll do my warm-up vocal exercises while I do. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen strange sights, but the strangest I ever did see... I don't know, it's the strangest they ever did see. Was the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge. I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why I left his home in the south to roam round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. Alrighty, so we are here. let's get going. Voice warmed up, recording, successfully actually recording. Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today on the Hermitcraft server I thought I would hang out on the roof and eat an apple. But you know what? I am not hungry yet, so maybe I'll go ahead and do some work first, or fall off a roof. You know, twice. How could I have thought that that would be a good idea, to have a hole there? I don't even know. Okay. Well, anyway, my plan for today was to work on that roof, but now we're trying to navigate this terrifying castle. Okay, and doing progressively worse jobs at it. So, hey, at least on the plus side, I'm ready to eat my apple now that I'm in this little tunnel here. But I feel like... Oh, did I never cut a whole window over there? Okay. In terms of things going poorly, I'm about to probably die in the first minute of this episode, despite making no progress on any piece of it so far. Let's just go ahead, and I feel like there was a ladder in one of these little entries here. There's a little concrete making area. But yeah, I feel like if I go up here, I can ender pearl across to there. That might be an unreasonable goal. But you know what? On the plus side, our apple intake has been way higher than anticipated. So, I mean, we're doing well by that metric. Okay, so if I botch this ender pearl, will I die? It's a very good question. Whew, okay. Next problem. We're going to take some of these pieces of wood here and continue working on the beams for our roof. This is something that relatively simple, straightforward, relaxing to work on. I just haven't had the time to do it. You know, what with Scar getting ready to lay waste to the Hermitcraft spawn area, kind of got a little bit derailed last episode. But you know what? It was fun to go down memory lane and to look back at where we started on the server, you know? So, at the same time, we gotta look forward. It is October now, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited about playing some scary games on Hermitcraft. And I'm also getting pretty pumped about Halloween. My daughter is 4.5 actually, but she is already this year. She's like, Daddy, last year, why wasn't I anything scary for Halloween? And it's like, well, because you wanted to be Finn the human from Adventure Time, and Daddy was Jake the dog, and you, and then when your grandma came over for one of your trick-or-treating things, you wore the fairy costume she gave you, and because apparently the costume that Daddy got you wasn't good enough for, you know, I don't know. It wasn't adorable enough. It's like, what is this boy with a sword and a hat? And a backpack. I don't know what this is. I should probably cut this out. Yeah. Yeah, this will be held against me later. Okay. Just thinking about this. Hey, Karis. Hey, Eagle. Glad to have you. Yep, you guys are just in time for the recording. And I'm going to make a mental note and a... Oh, actually, I need to grab some more of those blocks there. And a verbal note to make sure to cut that part out, because I feel like talking about my mother-in-law at all in any video will only result in pain for myself. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to jump back over here. And we need to put a... Can I reach that right there? No, probably not. But we can reach there. So as we continue into fall, I'm getting progressively more and more excited about Halloween, and so is my daughter. And last year, she was dressed up as Finn the Human from Adventure Time for most of our Halloween-related outings. Although she did also have a fairy costume that her grandmother got her for one of the things that they went to together. But you know, my daughter, she says to me this year, Daddy, I don't want to be a fairy this year. I don't want to be Finn the Human. I want to be something really scary and really spooky. And we haven't decided yet what that's going to be. But because on the one hand, if she wants to be something really scary, maybe I should help her be as absolutely terrifying as possible. But on the other hand, I feel like adults will judge me if she's actually terrifying, so we should probably find something that's, like, kid-friendly scary, and not, like, I don't know, terrifying. So, I'm thinking, you know, we're gonna go to one of the costume stores, but I really want to go to one of those Halloween stores that pops up. They have these, in America, for those of you who are from the UK, you probably don't know this. In America, they have these pop-up Halloween stores that open up for like a few weeks every year in like malls and different places, at least in places where there are still malls. And they will have not only costumes for people to try on, but they will also have like every conceivable type of terrifying party prop that you could want. So they'll have, like, places where you're walking and then a sensor will go off and a spider will jump down on you from the ceiling and stuff. So I kind of want to go to one of those stores. Just because, even though I don't throw parties where I need to have spiders attack people, I say as I develop a castle to have a party come through to be attacked potentially by spiders, you know, it's fun for Corrinne to see all the scary stuff. Last year when she was only 3, going through the Halloween store, there were a few things that, even though, you know, I warned her, hey, there's going to be stuff here that'll jump out at you, it just took her by surprise, and I should have been filming that stuff. That's one of those things you always regret later as a parent. Like, I always am like, no, I'm just going to live in the moment. I barely take photographs or pictures or videos, because I'm like, no. I want to just focus on my daughter. But then later I'm like, oh man, that was hilarious. I wish I had that on film. So anyway, yeah, I do want to take her to a real Halloween store. And so we're holding off the conversation on what exactly she's going to be, or like at least the decision. She keeps talking about it. But we're holding off any decisions until we see what stuff the Halloween store actually has. And I'd like to get something that's like thematically linked to whatever she does. Because, you know, being the cool dad I am, I want to have a group costume, not just like, hey, Corrinne, I'll be, I don't know, what's a thematically appropriate costume this year? Wow. See, this is why some people pre-write their shows, so they can have jokes at points like this. It's like, hey, Corrinne, I'll be Punky Brewster, and you can be, I don't know, the Martian, played by Matthew Broderick. Like, those are not thematically linked. Those are a bad example of a group costume. So, one thing that I was thinking about is I saw a whole bunch of little witch costumes. And there are a lot of interesting historical and mythological witches she could possibly be. There are quite a few witches in the Curse of Strahd book by Chris Perkins. But I don't know if I want to do that in particular. Although, maybe she might want to... I might see if they have any druid costumes or any elven druid costumes, because she might want to do some... If she was going to do something D&D related, she might want to be her character, who is a druid archer named Waterperson Cop. And, I don't know. There's something there. Let's grab some of these stone bricks, because we have some towering to do to connect to this part of the roof over here. Man, this is just... It just gets better. The more the roof comes together on this, the better it is. Oh, and the more obvious it is that I'm out of ladders to get up to here. Well, that's why we have ender pearls and mushroom stew. So, nom 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 nom. And up we go. But yeah, speaking of witches, I gotta say, I was amazed. I was reading through the Encyclopedia Magica, one of the used books I got the other night, Volume 2, and there is 4 entire columns dedicated to Baba Yaga's Creepin' Hut, which is like this hut that the witch Baba Yaga has, and like it's her home, and it has 2 legs, and it has 2 windows that are like its eyes, and when you're inside the hut, it's like an interdimensional space that's like bigger on the inside, like Time Lord style, and no matter which windows you look out, you're always looking out the front too, no matter what room you're in, which is kind of weird. But anyway, it's, it would be interesting to have her maybe be Baba Yaga and I could be the creepin' hut. I don't know. You know what, actually, I'm thinking that this part actually here needs to cut in on... Yeah, I knew that this roof was going to have something like this. Here we go. So, boom. Because this tower will actually be higher, I think, than the roof line here. It's not a huge tower like these other ones. It's just tall enough though that it does overlook the roof. Let me consult this. Oh wait, no, this isn't. Okay, well, you know what? When I actually look at the illustration of the castle from this side, it is completely unclear what's supposed to happen here. Although it does seem like there might supposed to be... Whoop, that's how we die. There's actually a circular tower that comes out from there that I've got to build, it looks like. And can I survive? Whew. Okay, good. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe I can talk her into being Baba Yaga and I'll be the creepin' hut. That would be funny. Because the hut only has 2 legs, so it's not like I need to get, like, prosthetic legs or anything. And so, I know, also, I'm going to admit, guys, I know that this part right here is supposed to, it's going to meet the dome over here, somehow. Or, no, I'm even higher up than that, aren't I? Yeah, okay, so that's how that worked. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, and then it would kind of go like that. Okay, well, we'll come back here with more stone in a little bit and actually knock that out. But yeah, okay, if Corrinne decides to go with a witch costume, I think I'm going to push for Baba Yaga's creepin' hut for myself. Because then all I need to do is find a cabin costume. Which I'm sure that there are cabin costumes. Actually, I have no idea. I could probably buy some Lincoln logs and make one. I don't know. Now see, I'm in the middle of a video. I can't just go Google cabin costumes. But anyway, gotta think about that. Let's go ahead and grab some more materials. Time skip. Leaf says, will your wife be handing out the candy? We don't actually go trick-or-treating on the city holiday. We go to, like, events through the zoo has this big thing they call Boo at the Zoo, where you trick-or-treat at the zoo. And that's like the weekends before. So we just pick one of the weekends before Halloween and go to that. So it's way easier. Welcome, B. Glad to have you. Let's see. Frosty Flytrap, welcome. Sir Otter, welcome as well. Clash with Jesse. Okay. Let's go ahead and think about this. I think that I need to cook more stone just in order to get this going. So, why don't we... And my fuel hoppers I've already removed, so I'm just going to have to dump a bunch of coal into each of these, I think. Now, I do have... I just have less stone than I thought I did, really. Oh, I do have more dirt than I thought I did. Okay. Boom. So, let's be on our way. Actually, let's not be on our way. So, when I came by here to pick up whatever stone I might have had lying around, it turned out there's not a lot of stone lying around at this point. I've got to cook more. So I dumped some coal in here, but I thought this would be a good opportunity as well to drop off an ender chest in here so that I can actually, you know, boom, harvest out of that whenever I need to. Boom, 2 stone. Perfect. Actually, though, I will take the coal and distribute it evenly between these 2 furnaces. Then I was also able to grab a little bit over a stack of dirt, which, while that's all cooking, I might as well just extend my backyard a bit. As you know, that is one of the biggest holes in this entire project at this point. Literally, there is a giant hole in this part of the yard, although it's not super giant, like massive giant, but over here, this one, this is a little bit rough. So, anyway, every little bit helps. Gonna go ahead and start plugging that in. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I would do as my complementary. I'm trying to think of what I would do as my complementary costume if Corrinne did something else that was scary but not necessarily a witch. Because the creeping hut thing would be hard to beat, but it also doesn't lend itself to, like, other costumes. Like, if Corrinne was Baba Yaga and I was the creeping hut, what if my wife wanted to dress up on theme, you know? How would we do that? Now, one option would be for Corrinne to be Marceline the Vampire Queen from Adventure Time. So then she gets to be scary again, and I can just use my Jake the Dog costume a second year in a row. Which is lazy, but cheap. And a big thing about being cheap is if you do it on things that don't matter too much, it can be cost effective. Now, you don't want to go out there and buy the cheapest tires you can possibly get, or the cheapest brakes, or the cheapest life support machine, or whatever. But, you know, when it comes to, like, hey, I already have a Halloween costume, maybe I will wear it 2 years in a row. That is, pretty good, you know. So, let's go ahead, and we have already used all of that dirt there. But you know where we have some extra dirt is this part of the yard right here. What if I just started grabbing dirt out from under here, right? Like, this is the nearest dirt source I could probably find. So let's just go through and we'll grab a bunch of it and then throw some torches on there. Okay, we'll put this here. Sorry, you cannot join. Hermitcraft is invite only, and I am not in charge of the invitations. Whoops, too many torches. That's what you get when you eat and torch. Goodbye, cruel bowl. Dang it. They see me brolin'. They joshin'. Oh, I am going to regret leaving all those torches there if I don't actually go grab them, because I need to torch up the yard that I'm going to add. Okay. Also, just, like, no sense leaving entities lying around. Slows down the server. So, here we go. Yep, also on the server right now, Good Times with Scar, Ren the Dog, Cub Fan, False Symmetry, Impulse SV. Okay, so where were we? We were just going to come over here and start dropping some soil. Let's go ahead. Hey, Gaming Universe, please do not advertise in the chat. Okay. So let's go ahead, mentally get ourselves back into place. Okay. So I'm trying to think what other age-appropriate scary costumes there are for a child. I guess like some sort of ghost would be appropriate, but not necessarily, you know, I wonder if there, like, she doesn't want to do anything that would be like Thomas the Tank Engine or whatever, because that's not scary. And I'm fine with that, because, like, I don't want to be Sir Topham Hatt or some train, you know. That's, I guess I could be one of those freight cars or whatever that they're always complaining about in the show, but that's, I don't know. realistically, I think the fact that she wants to do something spooky this Halloween is great. And if you guys have suggestions, we probably won't actually go shopping for a few days. So I would be happy to hear what you guys think and then steer her in the direction of any good ideas. Because believe me, she's going to steer herself toward a lot of bad ideas. And as her father, it's my job to ask you for help so I don't have to do as much work to keep her away from those bad ideas. So, there we go. Let's see, this wall doesn't connect anymore, I don't think. Nope. I might just pop that through there for now. Ease of use. How far along are these? It's not cooking very fast, but we kind of knew that was going to happen. Did I have like a big stack of torches anywhere? Of course not. Do have some sticks here and there. Obsidian, diamond pickaxe. Let's get rid of our silk touch pickaxe for now. I don't want to break it. And yeah, okay. There's 4 torches. Okay, well, if we go ahead and grab 7 coal out of this furnace, that will hold us over. Not really, no, okay. It's time for some planks. Actually, I'm kind of thinking I should move half of that over to here now. There we go. So 64, that'll cover a decent amount of what we gotta cover. Okay. Somebody says there was a stack of torches, but I have 2 bows and 1 arrow. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's get that out of there. Excellent. Yeah, my inventory management skills are definitely poor at best. You could argue. I mean, if you want to be argumentative. Guess I could cook this coal or hit it with the fortune pick. But no rush. Okay. Walnut Head says, Hermit should do more live streams on YouTube. Well, a lot of them contractually cannot do that. But luckily, I don't sign contracts unless they make sense. And nobody actually, yeah. Basically, I'm in this fortunate place where my channel is not popular enough for them to offer me a good exclusivity contract. And so that means that I'm going to flaunt not having an exclusivity contract by just going everywhere. So, and you guys get to benefit. But yeah, seriously. Dang it. Okay, so here we go, getting a little bit more dirt on there. Yeah, what are some other... I'm trying to think. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, if people want to watch on Twitch, they can. I'm streaming on Twitch, Pixar, and YouTube right now. So, people can pick their poison. Okay, so we're going to come down here. Whoops. On the one hand, I really wish I'd started building the castle first, but I also know that I would have never gotten the walls up ever. If I had, I would have just focused on the castle itself the whole time. Dang it. It's really easy to overlook how massive the grounds are here. Does Corrinne have any C-team exposure? A dark rosy bee stinger. You know, maybe having her dress as Cathris Draub would be spooky. See, I don't think she would think Rosie was scary, but now that Cathris has those blood eyes, she could definitely consider that AJH. Okay, so perhaps she could go as the Wicked Witch of the West. Unfortunately, I don't know what that would leave me as. Maybe the Tin Woodsman. Which, you know, I guess is okay, but still, I don't want to buy a bunch of metal body paint. That's just me. Okay, so we're going to come down here. Get the rest of this grid laid out. Boom, boom, boom. Yay, it's happening. We might have to relay out this room at some point. I just kind of set this up as a placeholder. I could be Dorothy. Joe for Dorothy 2017. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really have a Judy Garland voice. So, oh wow. It is getting a little bit late. AJH, the torches are to help me measure distance when we actually play the game. Those indicate 10-foot grid squares with the torch in the center of each one. Oops. So they're not for Minecraft illumination, they're for my own navigation. And they help me lay out buildings and stuff because they're in the right places. Okay, so here we go. Wow, almost 4 stacks of dirt, and I've barely made a dent in this. Unfortunately, though, I'm starting to run out of time for the day, so I'm going to have to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you share with me your suggestions for good father-daughter / father-daughter-mother Halloween costumes. And let's go check on how that roof looks from over here. I'm hoping it looks a lot better now. But honestly, it's so high up, I'm not sure that finishing it is going to make a huge difference. No. Okay, well, it didn't. Either way, I'm excited. I'm going to go up here and see how it looks from the walls. Ladders are slow. Hey, thank you, Just Boss Daniel, for stopping by. Yeah, okay, so having that additional roof on there definitely does help this feel more together. But once we get that turret in over there, once we completely finish that backyard, there's just always so much to do, including Halloween shopping. So, anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Can't do a flyover of Mumbo's base since I don't have wings, actually. Cathris and Cranium are at. Yeah, I'm not sure who I would be from the C team. Anyway, guys, I gotta get back to work, but I hope you had a wonderful time at the stream. So, sorry, Eric Lee, that you just came in at the end and didn't get to see all the good stuff we were working on. But until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.